Thanks for joining us. This is the Ohio Field Leader Roadshow. I'm Dusty Sonnenberg, your Ohio Field Leader. With me today is Jonah Neill. We are in Washington County, just outside Waterford, Ohio. Neill farms, Jonah farms with his father, Steve. Thanks for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about the operation here.
So this operation is corn, soybeans, and wheat, and along with cattle, and a little hay, actually. And one of the things that you and I have talked about before is how we focus on high management, high yielding crops.
And you've definitely done that. Tell us a little bit about the transformation and where your average yields were and where they've been the last 2 years. You've really put some intensive management into it and are reaping the benefits.
Yeah, so on like the soybean side alone, we talked about before, I came back from college and we really jumped into it and really paying attention to stuff. We've gained 20 bushel over the last 10 years, and what our average farm yield was from, 10 years ago to what it is today. Corn side, I think we've done probably closer to 30 to 35, someplace in there. Haven't gained a lot on the corn side, but there's a lot of room to improve yet on the corn side.
Well, you're one definitely willing to put the time and management into it. 100 bushel to the acre you've achieved on beans, 280 plus on corn yields, pushing for 300 bushel an acre. What are some of the things maybe that you do that you haven't seen other folks do, or that you're willing to try and be sort of a pioneer with to see if you can push this crop further ahead?
One of the things that we've really done, obviously, is pay attention to detail. We're doing multiple passes, getting the nutrients in the crop. We're not just feeding more fertilizer to the crop. We're getting the nutrients that we've already applied into the crop that's growing. And there's a lot of different tools you can use to get those nutrients into the crop. Biologicals are a huge thing. There's a nutrient uptake or efficiency uptakes, things that we can use for those too. We work with Verdesian a lot on a lot of these products, and they're a great company that have a lot of tools that we utilize on our farm. And it's a well-known company that we know we're getting what we want.
Talk a little bit about the topography of the area here. Obviously, we see different things across the state, and where you are close to the Muskingum River, a little bit of rolling ground. Average field size in this area would be what?
So about 10 to 15 acres is our average field size. Our biggest one's probably around 35 acres. You look at the topography, as you can see behind us in the corner of the building here, we have a side hill combine. That tells you enough right there that we farm some pretty different, diverse terrain, I guess you could say.
Tell us a little bit, you raise livestock too. Tell us about the livestock operation.
Livestock side is about 70 pairs, cow-calf operation, and we fatten out about 200 head of fats a year. So
that'll keep you going as well. Within the farm then, sort of the split between corn and beans, what's the ratios there?
So the corns we're always a little bit heavier on. We've always been more profitable on corn. We're about 55% on the corn side, 40% on the beans, and then another 5% wheat, roughly.
And then conservation or tillage practices, conventional, no-till, strip-till, what do you guys do?
Minimum tillage with a little bit of inline ripping, no-till, very little anymore, but just like I said, minimum tillage, just basically residue management is what we're trying to do with the minimum tillage.
Very good. Soil types in this area, probably quite a bit of variability with the river going through.
A lot of different variability. We farm red clay to sand and gravel, so anything in between.
Very good. Again, we are in Washington County. My guest, Jonah Neill with Neill Farms, talking about some intensive management with corn and soybean production. Jonah, thanks for your time.
Thank you.